Bacall to Arms is certainly a very interesting animation that, for the most part, is kind of pleasant, but it has a very peculiar ending, and I will discuss that with a spoiler warning towards the end. This is a 1946 Warner Brothers Merrie Melodies cartoon, directed by Robert Clampett, and this is set in a movie theatre, and all of these patrons, different kinds of animals and characters, are watching a film to have and to not, rather to have and have not, or a parody of it, and then we get to see these animated versions of Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart, although the characters are actually called Laurie Be Cool and Bogey Gocart, which yeah, it works. And we get to see kind of these black and white animated versions of the characters, definitely parodied, and it's kind of interesting. And then it cuts between those scenes and scenes in the movie theatre where we see different patrons moving around, getting in the way of each other. And in particular, there is this wolf character who is not exactly a nice person. He lusts after this usherette and is ogling this animated version of Lauren Bacall, or Laurie Be Cool, and he displays some very questionable behaviour, put it that way. And you would think he was watching 50 Shades of Grey the way he was going on. And it cuts between him, the other movie theatre goers, and the film itself. And I think it was edited very well. It was quite smooth. The transitions between each kind of aspect worked very well, and I really enjoyed it. And I thought it was good fun. There were some insane moments where Laurie Bacall lights a cigarette with a giant blowtorch, and all kinds of what would be kind of slapstick humor, and it worked very well. The wolf character I didn't like. I don't know if I loved to hate him or if I just didn't like him. I haven't quite figured that out. But it was interesting. It was a concept that worked. I like films about films. I like animations about films. So it appealed to me. The only problem I have is the ending. And I will discuss what I mean by that now. Because at the end, spoiler warning, something. I can't even think about this. It's so bad. Something blows up in Humphrey Bogart's face, or the representation of Humphrey Bogart. Um, and he then says a line that I didn't truly understand, because I wasn't aware of who the director was, but he said, "I can now appear in such and such as films now," implying that he could now appear. Well, he was blackface, put it this way. Very kind of racist undertones to that ending, and I made me think, if they'd cut that off, if they didn't include that, this could be an entertaining film even today. But by including that, they've made sure it did not withstand the test of time. So that was a bit awkward and not the ending I was expecting. But the rest of it I thought was interesting enough. I enjoyed it. As I said, I like films about films and animations about films. So that really appealed to me. But it definitely wasn't what I expected at the end.